in the studio is Mr. Agboyega Aribishagon. He's the Director of Media and Publicity of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Ekiti State. Thank you very much for coming on the show this evening. You're welcome, sir. Comrade Ayodele Adewale, Chairman of Amuwo-Odofin Local Government Area of Lagos State, is a member of the All Progressives Congress and is also right here in the studio with us. Comrade, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And Lanre Ogunsuyi is also a politician of the People's Democratic Party. Extraction is an indigenous of Ekiti State and is also in the studio with us dissecting the crisis in Ekiti State. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
My pleasure.
Yeah, let me also tell you that the Chief Press Secretary to the Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Yinka Oyebode, will be joining us live on phone from Ekiti State as we progress on this show. And of course, viewers are told me if you have enough time, be ready to have a word or two with us via the phone lines that will be thrown open any moment later on in the show. Let's get the ball. Let's get the ball rolling. I don't know which part of this divide I can start this evening.
There is no divide.
There's no divide.
It's just one Ekiti.
But one is umbrella, one is the broom.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay, let me start with you, sir. What's the situation in Ekiti right now?
The situation in Ekiti right now is not different from any situation where there is a political struggle. After each political struggle, there's usually tension and, a lot of things like this in politics. So when now it is being compounded with murder of people perceived to be political opponents, of course, it becomes quite worrisome. But like I told you, we can have different parties in Ekiti, but we just have one Ekiti State. And what is happening right now is something we want to calm down, and we wish that at the end of this program, the things will be going down because our people should not be made to suffer the consequences of voting in an election that is perceived to be free, fair. But it's okay, it's the price of democracy.
He said nothing is wrong in Ekiti. Do you subscribe to that Ekiti is as perfect as last week, as perfect as last month?
A lot is happening in Ekiti now that is not desirable. I disagree that there's power struggle. On the part of APC, there's not a power struggle. Maybe on the part of PDP, there's an inferiority complex setting in and the fear of unknown setting in that triggered the crisis we are witnessing in Ekiti. APC in Ekiti, the election of June 22nd thereabout has come, has gone. We are channeling our grievances through legalized process because we believe in the system. And the present governor, Dr. John Fayemi, has already set up transitional committee and is on a thank you tour around the state. That means he knows the law that come October 15, he ceased to be the governor of Ekiti State and is preparing ground to move to leave the government for the incoming. And there is no basis for Dr. Fayemi initiating the crisis that we're experiencing in Ekiti. But it's left for the PDP and the candidate, their governor-elect, to explain to Ekiti people the need for the violence, acrimony that he has brought back to Ekiti State. For 4 years, we must recall, when APC was also in Ekiti, there was no record of a crisis like this in Ekiti State.
That's not true.
For good 4 years.
That's not true.
Ekiti
Your
was
local government
peaceful,
recorded a murder case that is in court.
Ekiti was a peaceful state up till about a week ago. And I think the issue here is the reason behind the action of Mr. Ayo Fayoshe.
Okay, let me take it away from you, sir. Why is your party throwing the state into turmoil? Is it true?
It's not true.
Can we win now?
Let me correct an impression here. The crisis in Ekiti is not about the two parties.
Yeah.
It is about a group called E11 trying to throw the state into turmoil. It is not about whether election, petition, or whatever that is going on is bringing a sort of complex. It is all about the fact that a group which believe that Ayodele should be scandalized, decided, to introduce what I would call a new phenomenon, or a new lexicon into the political equation of Ekiti State. I, as a party man, also believe in what he has said, that we had held elections and the election has come. A winner has emerged. I am also part of the transitional committee in my party. Okay. And I can tell you that, unfortunately, this crisis that was created by this E11 is turning the entire thing into a sort of a crisis of both parties. Except that the APC want to tell us that they are a party to the case that was in court. Except that the government of Ekiti State wants to tell us that they are also a party to the case in court. It is then we can now situate it within the context of two political parties struggling for certain things. But a situation where you have a group trying to use the court, to obtain certain judgment, which
the group is considered by indigenes of Ekiti State, remember?
Yes. And the genesis of the case was the fact that they were seeing that Mr. Ayodele Adewale, the governor of elect, is not qualified to run for an election. And they went to court before the election. Before the election, there was a judicial strike, and the court could not go ahead with that matter until the election was held. After the election had been held, the court now said, okay, they want to revisit the case. Ordinarily, nobody should quarrel with the fact that the case that has not been disposed of should not continue. We are all expecting that the case should resume. And on the day, which was on Monday, there are a lot of
irregularities
going on that the E11 has perpetrated a plan to truncate the mandate through Justice Ogunyemi's court. And on Friday preceding that Monday, there was a report that the acting governor, the Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker
of the House of Assembly,
will be sworn in as the acting governor on October 16.
And that's why your party mobilized mob to the court?
It was not our party that mobilized.
Okay.
Let me tell you that the mandate given on 21st June was not given only by PDP members. It was given by Ekiti people, including APC members.
Okay. You're an APC member. Your party lost in the election. So one would have expected that, okay, the APC, a party of elite, a party of reasonable people, and all should, as in the transition from an APC government to a government coming from another party, will have been as peaceful as possible. But here we are. Will a winning party foment trouble?
Well, borrowing from the word of the previous speaker, that this is a power struggle, and as the case is, violence and violence occurrence are part and parcel of democracy.
No, I didn't say that.
I differ from such saying. APC is a very peaceful party. We believe in the rule of law, and if you have seen transient processes starting from when we were in ACN, you would have seen that we've claimed a mandate, several mandates back through the judiciary. So we believe so strongly in judicial process. We believe in the rule of law. And through our political history, we've never been ascribed...
Is that not the reason why the party want to manipulate the judiciary in this instance now?
We've never manipulated the judiciary. Take, for instance, the judicial process that led to Governor Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, you understand? Towards his ascension into office, four times we went to court, you understand? And at the end of the day, he was sworn in as governor. We are a very patient party. We have never been known to any violence occurrence. And I think the police have a lot of things to do in fishing out those who are responsible for that action. I do know very well that the judge also have a police officer that is attached to him. That police officer must be in court on the day of that incident.
Okay.
So he must be able to identify those who actually assaulted that judge. And I also know you have the bailiff, the clerk
Of the court.
Present. Will be in court.
Yes.
And several other people who
Definitely.
who are staffs.
To be on duty
You
that day.
understand? To be on duty. So they will be able to help us in fishing out those who are perpetrators of that crime. But let me also say that it's very, very saddened that such a thing actually happened, because the judiciary is the last hope for the common man. And if people are now assaulting judicial staffs, assaulting judges, it means that you are pushing everybody to the brinks, and you want people to result into self-help.
You are inviting anarchy.
You understand? Self-help, which should be totally condemned. Either PDP, APC, or whoever should be totally condemned, because we believe that we can always claim our mandate, rewrite the wrongs through a judicial process. And we should all be part of
did not
people.
go to court. It was E11 that went to court.
Whoever that went to court, they are human beings.
So are they representing your
They are,
party?
whoever
See.
that went to court, they are human beings, they are Nigerians. So you cannot gag people from speaking out their minds,
Sorry,
from pursuing what they believe in.
Sorry, I
Please
want
let me react to.
No, I want to correct.
Please.
I want to correct what he said, because I'm here.
You can play back the tape.
Yes, no. Hang
You can
on.
play back the tape.
Hang
You can
on,
play back the
hang
tape and
on.
listen
If
to what
somebody
he
says,
said.
I want to correct the impression you are creating,
Okay.
don't generate heat by saying play back the. Listen first. I never said that violence should ultimately be
You
part.
said it's part of our democracy.
No. I
That is
didn't.
what it implies.
I didn't mention.
That is why I said you
I
can play
didn't
back the
mention
tape.
the word violence.
You can play back the tape.
And you cannot quote me wrongly by imputation.
Can you please play back the tape?
Can you please listen
and
to
listen
me?
to what he said?
I listen to you. It will do us a lot of good if we talk here like civilized. There's no need for ego brandishing or grandstanding.
Okay.
Please,
If you cannot play back your tape, I think we can play back the tape of Governor Kayode Fayemi reacting to the crisis in Ekiti. Let's take a listen. Let's take a watch.
It's not accidental that we have criminal elements going around burning down properties without prompting. This is not unconnected to what happened to the judiciary, the assault on the judiciary, the attack on the judges, and the unfortunate death of Mr. Omolafe Adewale, the former chairman of the Road Transport Workers. All of these are still being investigated, but there was one cause. Ayodele should be solely and primarily held responsible for what is happening in the state.
Okay. Who want to react? Okay.
No,
But do
he had the
you
last-
agree with what? Just hold on, please. A moment, please.
Let him moderate.
Let's see. Do you agree to what the governor said now? That
No.
your candidate,
It's
the
not
governor-elect, should be held responsible.
The governor-elect has been in that court several times on many other charges. Never before had there been violence accompanying his visit to that court.
But that was at the preliminary stage of that.
No, I'm
of
not
that
talking
show.
about this court. I'm not
Okay.
talking about this case. He's had other cases in that court.
He's a case
And-
man.
Sorry,
Please let me react.
Sorry,
to,
I am saying something honorable. Please hang on. I'm saying he asked me a question. It will do us a lot of good if we talk in tongues. Because if you can interject me, I can as well interject you, and we will not be talking like civilized people. I'm saying that Governor Ayodele Fayose has attended court in that place several times, and there hadn't been violence. And what I said is that, which he is saying, you see, what I said is that after elections, there are usually tensions. Tension does
it's a
not.
power tussle, that's what he said.
Yeah, power tussle that generates tensions. Once one side wins, the other side loses. Whoever loses, of course, whether it is temporarily, whether it's going to claim it through the usual, in quote, judicial process, he must feel at least a little bit of letdown. And the person that wins must feel a little bit of being high. And that's what I say, that the tension has to go down, because you cannot take everything to a breaking point, whether you are the loser or whether you are the winner. But that's what I said. But besides that, I want to say one thing. He said there hasn't been violence in that state for 4 years. On December 18, 2010, Mr. Awodomate, a PDP chairman in Osun Ward, Maba local government, was killed in Maba local government in the area when they were trying to take over, when the APC was trying to take over the local government administration. Okay. In his local government, there are people in APC standing trial for the murder of another person. The chairman of APC in Ekiti State, is standing trial. No, hang on. Let me conclude. He's standing trial for a murder of 2 people, JJ and one other woman, in his own village. You see, what we are saying is this. On the 22nd of a day after the president came to Ekiti State, okay, another person was killed, and the governor was in a way connected.
Okay. You are itching to say something.
Yes, thank you very much. You see, my brother here is trying to lay background and what actually happened with the E11 case. E11, I don't know why PDP is condemning E11 for taking what they believe or perceive to be
never condemned.
Oh yes, what they believe in their own. I mean, constitutionally, it's a constitutional matter anyway, that Mr. Ayodele is not eligible to contest for any public office until 10 years after his impeachment. They took the matter to court. APC was not part of that process, and it was even pre-election case. It has been in court, even within the PDP, when PDP were struggling for ticket. It's a case that has been in court for a long time. And I mean, maybe they are managing. When somebody say the judiciary is being manipulated, some people also are manipulating the judiciary to drag justice, so that the primary will lapse, and they felt that if they can cross the primary level of the party, then there is no case. But that's not what the law says. The law the law has no business with the primary. It's talking about public office. You can win your primaries, you can win your election. That's not the law. So, but my concern is, if a group of people felt that they need to take a matter to court instead of resorting to self-help, and the person involved who has been taken to court now perceived that the judgment is likely going to come against him. I mean, the question is the right thing to do. Is it the right thing to do to go and truncate the judgment, to go and harass the judge, or to go and to send people talks? You know, from what has been said.
So was it the PDP that sent talks there?
See, if they may not wear PDP share like my brother has one
because
PDP share.
E11 is a group of Ekiti indigenes.
Yes,
and
they may not wear. What I'm saying,
also
please.
Have been
What I'm
indigenes
saying,
of Ekiti State.
what I'm saying is that they may not wear shirt as my brother has one PDP shirt. Simple. But we know, we are all politicians. We know who triggered that assault. I get we know who triggered that assault. We know those people who led that assault. They are PDP members.
Okay, who triggered it? Who triggered it? Be precise.
Oh,
or rather, what triggered it?
Or maybe what?
If you say what triggers it, your fear that the judge is going to, because there are 2 cases. The first is, does the judge has jurisdiction to hear the matter? Yes. And the judge came on Monday and said he has jurisdiction, and said they should come back by 12. He want to proceed with the case. That was when immediately they heard that the court had jurisdiction. Immediately they heard that that is discretion of the judge.
The court exists for the people.
Please let us allow the process and the system to run.
Okay, let's get to hear what the governor-elect is saying in all this. Let's have the video of Ayodele Fayoshe.
The whole scheming in Ekiti is just about APC trying to obtain judgment from the back door. Our CJ is an interested party in this matter, and we have been told that he wants to assign the matter to himself. He's a clear member of the E11, the petitioners, and his actions and inactions has confirmed that he's an interested party. We want a judge who is ready to carry out his assignment as a judge, who wants to respect the Constitution of Nigeria, to try matters, be fair to all concerned, and be accountable to Nigerians. This is my position.
If you are just joining us, you're watching Standpoint, reaching you from Television Continental here in the city of Lagos. We are dissecting the crisis engulfing Ekiti State right now. We have online the Chief Press Secretary to the outgoing Governor, Ayodele Fayemi, that's talking about Yinka Olabode. Good evening, Yinka.
Good evening.
How is Ekiti this evening?
It's good.
Hello, Yinka. Can you hear me?
I'm with you. I can hear you.
Now, what's the situation right now?
It's right now. You will recall that His Excellency Dr. Ayodele Fayemi announced a dusk to dawn on the state, and there have been a deployment of security agencies who are managed by the position, and to a large extent, peace has gradually returned to Ekiti State because the police are on parade and they ensure that people do not violate the law as stipulated.
Now, Yinka, is it true that it's because your government doesn't want to hand over to the PDP? That's why you threw the state into turmoil. Is it true?
That's a blatant lie. I can confirm to you authoritatively that more than 2 weeks ago, the committee that was set up by the governor, the outgoing governor, Dr. Ayodele Fayemi, the transition committee that asked nominations from the governor-elect and working together with those nominated by the outgoing governor, and those are top government functionaries, have commenced work on transition program. A lot of program has been laid down as far back as September 21. The governor has commenced on his thank you tour of the various communities in Ekiti State. That is to let you know that the governor has scheduled his transitioning out program and has also firmed up arrangements for the transition, for the handing over and inauguration of the incoming administration. So to a large extent, Dr. Ayodele Fayemi is fully prepared, okay, to transition out and to allow the incoming administration to come in. That is as far as I can say concerning the governor. So the allegations that he's not ready to leave does not hold water. It's a blatant lie.
Okay, Yinka, almost immediately the APC lost the election. The governor, the sitting governor now, congratulated the PDP for winning the election, and that gave credence to the electoral process. Now, suddenly the E11 is in court. Who is the E11 working for?
Well, the E11, as you may wish to know, is a group of professionals who are Ekiti indigenous. Just like any member of the public, I think they just have interest in the progress of the state. So it's people are called professional groups from E11, and the organization is open to all Ekiti indigenous.
Okay, Yinka, please hold on. We'll come back to you very shortly. You have the PDP. Do you want to quickly react to that?
Yes, I want to quickly react to that. Yinka, thank you. But I want you to know that the E11 had gone on campaign. They didn't just go to court. They went around the palaces to talk to the Obas before the election that nobody should vote for the candidate of my party. And because they have done that, they have generated a lot of interest among the masses of the state. And they didn't, so they were approaching the issue with all kinds of prongs. I didn't want to say dual prong. So now that they are in court, desperate to get the hearing done and probably, scuttle the swearing in. That was what the people were reacting to. And quickly, I want to say this. I want to quote Wole Fapunda, the Attorney General of the state. He said, I have spoken to Justice Adeyeye, and Justice Adeyeye said, and I quote, Governor Dr. Ayodele did not slap me. Now, if the man that is alleged to have been slapped says he was not slapped, and the person that they said slapped him said, I did not slap him, why is the AC becoming tendentious? Why the APC becoming tendentious and insisting that the man was slapped? This man, for God's sake, is an adult, is a lawyer, and it's like you're putting the cart before the horse. Let the man fight for his right. It's not, unless he's a member of the APC, or the APC is just being altruistic. And if you're altruistic, you are not going to go this far.
But this is not all about the APC. It's about the E11 and the judiciary. Now, comrade, why is it that your party are always resolved to the judiciary to claim mandate? Why can't you, most of the times you see that, okay, during the election, you go to the field. After the election, you go to the court. Does it mean that your party is not strong enough to win the elections on the field?
There are provisions for all of these things in all electoral processes. That if election come and gone, and you're not satisfied with the process, you go to the judiciary. Now, the last election that took place in Osun State, we raised a lot of issues, starting from the security. You have people wearing masks.
Yes.
You have several intimidation all over the place. Similar things, or almost similar things, happened in Ekiti State.
Same for Edo.
Happened in Ekiti State. That scared a lot of people away. And we're also challenging several other issues in court. Look, there are electoral provisions, and whenever you violate this provision, the APC will not sit down and allow you to defile our political processes. The best we will do, we will not resort to self-help. We will go to the judiciary and test our popularity in order to prove to you that that process was faulty. We will not resort to using harsh words that can incite people like my friends here are using. Because the more you use harsh words, the more you create tension in the society, and the more people go out of line. And when they do that, who are you going to hold responsible for such actions?
Thank you very much.
So that is why I will even appeal to them.
Sorry, I just
because
want
there
to
are
say
some
this.
words that they are using that are very, very inciting.
Please,
and that can create problems back in the
once we use such words, immediately take objection. If I have to refract it, I would refract it.
For instance, tension is a very
It's a hard
grave
word.
word. You don't start using words like creating tension. Who will create the tension? Is it you?
So if there is tension, if there is tension,
Comrade is not living in Ekiti.
no, it doesn't. It's not even with reality. If there is tension, I should come here and say there is no tension. And one of the fallacies, I'm sorry if fallacies, I will say, I'm sorry, but the turnout in the last election in Ekiti State is one of the highest in the world. It's about 73.8. And you go cross-check with INEC. 400 and something thousand people took cards. About 400,000 people voted.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Go ahead, sir.
Why would you need soldiers
Thank you.
to man security?
But
Can
Can
I
I
just,
well,
please,
grounded
he asked me
on
the
your
question.
party
Please,
won the
let-
election.
We have more than enough policemen.
In Edo State,
We have more than enough policemen. Why would you need masked men?
Sorry, sir. He asked me the question. In
Are we not to see the face of those who are protecting us?
Contested against a retired general in the army. The soldiers were there. The police were there.
But they were not masked.
No, hang on. The soldiers, masked or not,
We condemn the usage.
APC
We condemn the
from
usage of
PDP
soldiers.
members.
You think so?
Yes, they come into the communities, and they are on parade. They are not stationary, and they cannot tell who is going. You cannot put on banners on an election day. So there is no way. But one thing I want to emphasize is that yes, maybe there is an ongoing improvement process. But what happened is that on that day, not a single brawl happened in all the 2,000 plus voting centers in the state. Not one person was arrested for
A lot. Let me react to that quickly.
Okay,
very quickly.
It seems we are like digressing from the main issue. we are digressing from the main. The main issue why we are here is the chaos we find ourselves in Ekiti.
Yeah.
And my brother has here said they link credence to E11 case. I mean, the Thursday incidents that really lead to the burning and arson that.
What about the deaths?
It didn't start with the death. It didn't start with the death. On Wednesday? Wait, on Wednesday, Mr. Ayodele visited the tribunal.
It was on
He
Thursday.
had a case there.
On Thursday. He visited, was he invited to come as a witness or as a what? He visited.
It's a free Nigeria.
No. I know it's a free Nigeria. You see, as a governor-elect is a leader, even though he was a former governor. Being a governor-elect is a leader,
yes.
And you should be sensitive. You should be sensitive. On Monday, there was crisis in court on the 11 case. On Thursday, you moved to tribunal court again. With, when you move.
Was it there on Monday?
No. I said it was not there on Monday.
Good.
But something happened on Monday that we're still battling with. That it shouldn't happen.
You should have
been sensitive enough
to stay away from the tribunal.
Because there was no reason. There was no reason. He was not there as a witness. There was no reason for him to go to that tribunal in the first instance.
Okay. Hold on there, please. Just hold on there. Hold on, please. Why is it that it's so easy to lie against Fayose? Quoted.
He's a political superstar. That's
It's
why.
not nobody is lying. No. See, moderator, please.
According to the
It's not
PDP,
issue of
quote
lie.
and unquote, the PDP says, okay, all these
Let me
they are
give you-
false
let me give you a
allegations
background.
against their candidates.
Of course, when he
Why
was,
is it so easy
when
for
he was
everybody?
campaigning side by side with Governor Fayose,
Like the Honorable just said, let me just say something here. We are digressing. The issue is about the chaos. But you are saying that why is it that they want to put lies on Ayodele?
According to your party,
According
you always
to
say they are lying
Yes,
against Fayose.
because
Is he the only politician in town?
if it's not the only
The
politician,
other
but
time it was said of him that he kidnapped a traditional ruler and locked him onto the boot of a vehicle.
the most popular politician in Ekiti State today, whether anybody likes it or not. You see, whether we want to believe it or not, the Honorable is here. There is no day that you will see Ayodele on the street of Ekiti that we will not see more than 2,000 people following him. He's an enigma, it's a phenomenon, whether anybody likes it or not. Let me now come to the issue of whether it's right to be there or it should be sensitive enough to be there. This is an election petition tribunal, and he was at the center. He's at the center of the matter. The man was coming right away from Lagos, and he came into the court premises. That's why I still say that let the APC produce, or let or whoever produce the video clip where the judge stood. Whether
You said it was in the center of it all. The outgoing governor is also part of all this. Why didn't he visit the tribunal? Why
Fayose did not petition?
No, he's not the petitioner.
It's not the petitioner.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
And he's not the person that is petitioned.
They are petitioning.
But you said because Fayose is part of this, that is why he wasn't.
But Governor Fayose is not part of it. I've asked that question whether if the state government is
E11 representing your party.
No, it's a different case. You see, they are not allowed us to say this.
We have two cases.
You see, on Monday, what happened on Monday was a clear case of E11 versus the disqualification of Ayodele.
Yes.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
And you see, whether you like it or not, Ekiti people, who the APC now refer to as thugs, had the right to come to the court, having heard previously that a plan has been hatched somewhere and a script is being, coming out to say that there will be a kind of kangaroo judgment.
So there's no appeal. There's no appeal.
We have Mr.
There's no appeal.
Sorry, Honorable Faparusi.
Okay, good.
We have Mr. Ayodele online. Please. We've been keeping him waiting online.
Allow for appeal.
Just hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Mr. Ayodele, are you still there?
I'm still there, yeah.
Is your government ready to hand over on October 16?
Definitely, yes.
So that means you are satisfied with the election that brought in Ayodele Fayose?
Let me tell you this. Whether the governor is satisfied with the election or not, there is an handing over date.
Yes.
There is a terminal date. His tenure ends on the 15th of October. So The arrangement is that on the 15th of October, Dr. Kayode Fayemi ceases to be governor, and on the 16th of October, the incoming administration is inaugurated. That, however, does not deter from the petition pending at the tribunal. That does not deter from the various cases against the governor-elect. But the normal thing should be done. As a gentleman, Dr. Kayode Fayemi is ready to vacate the seat. The only thing that will make him not to vacate the seat is if the court says otherwise. But structurally, based on the outcome of the election, and in all things that is proper and honorable, Dr. Kayode Fayemi is prepared and has made adequate arrangements for his exit from office on October 15 and has made adequate preparation for the inauguration of the incoming governor. So
now, there's this allegation.
Anybody saying that he's not ready to leave, he's just being economical with the truth.
Mr. Olabode, there's this allegation that plans of your party include finding a way to install the current Speaker of the House of Assembly so that you still deprive Dr.
Anybody, Mr. Moderator, anybody can tell any lie.
Yes.
I think what the PDP is trying to do is to invent so many lies to cover up their inadequacy.
But why would they be afraid?
Why would they be afraid when we have won the election?
Why would PDP be afraid?
When we
PDP
have
won the election. Why would they be afraid? Why would they be fabricating lies? Why?
For who?
Now, if they are fabricating lies, because everything they are trying to concoct is just lies. Let me tell you something. The law is straightforward. Somebody has won an election, has been declared as winner of an election.
Okay.
So the outgoing government has set up a transition committee which has input from both the governor-elect and the outgoing government. And arrangement, as I speak to you, meetings are being held. Projects are being commissioned. Thank you, Toy, is being embarked upon as preparatory towards October 15 exit point for Dr. Kayode Fayemi. So if anybody is jittery because they think they have skeleton in their combo, that's their cup of tea. As far as this administration is concerned, we are ready to vacate. In fact, as I'm talking to you, I'm waiting my handover note.
Okay, Mr. Ayodele, please, hold on. What is the source of that information that the APC was planning to install the Speaker of the House of Assembly?
That's why I said they are inventing.
What is the source?
The source was
PDP's.
Let E11 come out to tell
E11 did not say so.
E11 is
PDP
not
saying that
they are not
plans of the
authorized
APC was to install the Speaker of the House of Assembly. What is the source?
Let me just say this. In the first place, the office of the governor of Ekiti State is an exalted office.
Definitely.
Nobody should drag Dr. Fayemi into this matter.
It has nothing.
It is the
APC.
The APC, sorry, I can't tell the difference. The APC that has a rumor mill that runs in the state. Sorry.
Are you working on rumors?
Sorry, let me.
Your party is
I am not. Sorry.
The party,
when you ask a question,
PDP
I am not
acting on rumors.
So the origin of it is that you picked it from the streets and you are now accusing the APC of planning it. You picked it from the streets.
The people that masked.
Anybody can say anything.
You said, why are the people masked in the court? I am not part of that people.
Okay. Let's take Mr. Oyebode's final word and let's release him. Oyebode, your final word here.
What I was trying to tell you is that as I'm speaking to you as the chief president to the governor of Ekiti State, I have turned in my handing over note as far back as July 31st. Ditto, every commissioner, every head of FDAs have been asked to turn that,
including Mr. Governor.
Their handing over note. That is to let you know that we are prepared to hand over. However, like I said, that does not mean that the law should not run its full course. But we are prepared to leave.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Olabode. Thank you very much for coming on standpoint. Okay,
so there's a rumor mill in every political process. You know, it's not me
that means your party cannot substantiate that claim. The allegation that the APC is planning to install the Speaker of the House of Assembly instead of handing over to Dr. Ayodele Adewale.
He has told you. Sorry, he has told you.
But APC name is involved there. APC name is mentioned there. Is it true that E11 is they are members of your?
Yes, governor.
Can I come in?
The governor is a member of APC.
Go ahead.
I want to believe that the two gentlemen are very honorable and very modest in their approach, dealings, and thinking.
I object to that language. It's implicit.
I want to believe.
I don't care what you believe. Your belief is personal. I want you to address, if you are going to talk about my integrity, you either say,
don't sit on the fence.
don't say you want to believe. Your belief is a personal thing. You have said don't let us insult each other. And so don't come here. I mean, I was in the House of Assembly 25 years ago. So you are not going to, yes, of Ekiti and Ondo State combined. So you are not going to.
So you're a veteran politician.
I was a student union leader. I was a student union president.
I said you're a veteran politician.
No, I'm just a man that is interested in the progress of the society around me. Yes. I want to tell you. That's why I said the rumor mill is real in every political process.
The comrade has the floor.
Thank you.
I had a reason for saying that.
I thought you were going to apologize.
I had a reason for saying that because barging into discussion is not very ideal. And if you observe me very well, whenever anybody speaks, I simply calm down and try to reason along what they say. I've been listening to what they've said, and I keep hearing backdoor judgment. A judge is a member of the E11 XYZ. I want to believe that they've gotten good lawyers. And if they have good lawyers, get your facts.
So does anybody say the judge is a member of the E11?
Yes. I don't want.
That's what he said.
He said the governor. He didn't say the judge.
Mr. Fayose said it.
No.
Mr. Fayose is the leader of your party. Okay, let's listen to him again.
Mr. Fayose,
let's confirm once and for all. Let's confirm for Mr. Fayose once and for all. Comrade, hold on. Let's confirm this. Let's have Mr. Fayose's video there.
We all must do everything within our powers to rescue this nation. And I hope this is not the path Ekiti is returning to. A path of brigandage, a path of criminality, a path of one week, one trouble, in which thugs and criminals take.
The whole scheming in Ekiti is just about APC trying to obtain judgment from the back door. Our CJ is an interested party in this matter. And we have been told that he wants to assign the matter to himself. He's a clear member of the E11, the petitioners. And his actions and inactions has confirmed that he's an interested party.
We heard him. He said the CJ, the judge in question, is a member of the E11. I think E11.
No, the CJ is different from the judge.
Okay, that's what he said. He said the judge himself.
No, he said general CJ.
The CJ.
Yeah.
Is a member of the state. Is a member of the E11.
Yeah. Yes.
And the governor of the state.
Is he a member of the E11?
Is he a member?
I've not finished my.
Are you a member?
Saying.
Because it's only if you're a member, you know the members.
Okay, you're not a member of the 11.
I was leading somewhere.
Okay. Let's give her.
The reason why I lay that template is that no matter how hot we are, and no matter how agitated we are, once you're in court, you get a good lawyer, you bring your fact before the lawyer, and you try to restrain yourself.
Facts, not rumors from the street.
Not rumors. You put your facts before the not on Facebook, like they said, not on Twitter. You put your fact before your lawyer, and your lawyer go to court to prove your case, and you restrain yourself. You understand? Because no matter what you do, we must try as much as possible to protect the judiciary and strengthen the judiciary and abide by the outcome of the judiciary.
I agree with you.
If you lose at the lower court, you go to the appeal, then you go to the Supreme.
There's a process.
But if you don't abide by our judiciary, you are going to plunge the whole country into chaos.
I agree with
you. And we don't need that.
I agree with you totally. I agree with him totally, in so long as the judiciary is not only seen above board, but is above board. We were all in this country when some people went by night and obtained judgment in the name of ABN and scuttled the freest election that had ever taken place.
And what did the left do?
Association for Better Nigeria.
And what did the left do?
Association for
Did we burn the courts?
Sorry.
Did we attack the
Sorry,
judge?
you said I don't
I was
interject.
part of that struggle.
You said you don't interject.
Did we burn the court?
So let me answer.
Gentlemen,
Did we burn the court? Did we attack the
If you
judge?
ask the question 10 times, you still asking the
Did
same
we
question.
attack the
Will
judge?
you wait for an answer?
Gentlemen, we have someone on the phone
You
from.
don't interject.
We
You
said,
never
and
interject.
George come out to tell you that he was
Mr. Alibisho,
You never interject.
please, we have George on the phone, on the line from
Let the
Amuwo-Odofin.
George come out that he was
Mr.
actually
George,
attacked.
good evening.
Somebody's trying to rewrite
Thank you
history.
very much
Sorry,
for
please
bringing
hold on.
this topic.
How is
I was
Amuwo-Odofin
a
this
student
evening?
of the University of Ekiti when Ayodele was the governor of Ekiti. Ayodele was a ruthless man. He almost deposed the rule of Ekiti. There are a lot of political killings during Ayodele's time. I don't expect Ayodele to be doing like this. At the time he was the governor, he was less than 50. By now he should have matured. How will he be going on the whole city to Okada? Going people's houses and what have you? And these two young men are coming here to talk rubbish. Are you saying the child cannot be a what? Does he will not have the right to go to court?
Hello, George. We do entertain foul language on this platform. George,
I want to ask you a
George,
question.
thank you very much. Do you want to quickly?
Yes, I want to
that?
quickly ask him a question. Was a personal aide of the current governor involved in the murder of a student in UNAD in the year 2012? And has he ever been prosecuted? Since you are so much into record keeping, this one is recent, 2012. A personal assistant to the governor killed a student.
I don't think he's online. I don't think he's online.
Maybe it's not online. We'll be watching.
We'll be watching definitely.
Maybe he does not.
And he was never
Maybe he has also
prosecuted.
forgotten that people were killed in Nigeria and the APC chairman is still answering charges on murder.
Well, what does that?
You see, there are a lot of difference. In yes, let me tell you. Please, let me. Sorry, let me have. Please, let me have the floor. I'll be quiet for a while. Please, let me have. I'll be quiet for a while.
Go ahead.
See, you are trying to make allusions to some people.
No, somebody made that allusion.
You are making the allusion that during the last 4 years, people died in the
No, people were killed.
People were killed, not that they died.
Yes, people were killed. Yeah, people were
And
killed.
APC
See,
were-
let me land now.
Please
Let me land.
let him make his point.
People were killed there. People were killed there. People were killed.
How many has the governor prosecuted?
Out of these killings, they are in court. They have been taken to court, and it's left for court to determine.
No, even the Attorney General of the state is also a member of APC.
Please let me land.
Also enter.
Please let me land. Let me like make a clarification of the difference.
Okay.
Out of all these so-called killings, as a Dr. John clarify me, were you able to trace any direct link with the killings? Can you trace those? Please let me land.
No, I thought you were asking me a question.
You cannot.
No, you asked a question.
Please, I'm not asking a question
Okay.
now. You cannot trace any direct link with Dr. John Kadefayemi with any of these killings. We have a state, a political party, different, without any, people can be acting here and there. But for a number one man, the head of a government, the leader of the party, to be seen directly acting in such a...
Has it been proved to you?
No, we all see now.
Okay, you have a tape?
We all see. We are not here to
But you heard that from people.
We are not here to see.
The man said I was not slapped.
We have a caller on the line. Let's quickly take this. You continue, please. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Eze, how are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Please, very quickly, go ahead, make your point.
Thank you. Please, the man from Amuwo-Odofin said something. He accused the man of using a harsh word that will create tension. I want to ask him a question. About 3 or 4 days ago, APC organized a rally. When it was the turn of Buhari to speak, I quote him. He said, next year will be tough.
Yeah.
He said it twice, that next year will be tough. Which harsh word is harsher than that one? I wonder why APC always leave their own problem and let him answer me. Why is it that they always leave their own to be tackling big things? When a leader like Buhari said that next year will be tough, what's the meaning of that toughness? Good evening.
Well, Mr. Eze, I watch the saying of Mr. Buhari, and I don't ever remember him using such word.
said it.
I don't ever.
But he said we will make this country ungovernable
He
if
has
Jonathan
never.
wins.
He has never said.
As a member of which party?
He has never. He has never.
No, he said it last. He said it.
He has never.
He said we will make this country ungovernable
He had
in
never.
2015
He had never.
if Jonathan
He
wins.
had never. He had
And that is a trend.
No,
Buhari
cannot.
Buhari
cannot. So don't misplace it.
Buhari can say
He had never.
Can we leave General Buhari out of this? Let's go back to Ekiti.
Yes.
Ekiti is on the table here.
Yes, Ekiti on the table. I was trying to make difference. You see, during the campaign of our leader, Dr. Ayodele, I think the only campaign issue, campaign point he raised everywhere is that he's now matured. After everybody is now matured. That's the only. He has not campaigned that's going to give you water, he's going to give you anything. He said he's now a changed person. Is now matured. When you say please,
sorry, let me land.
When you say it's a changed person,
yes,
it's a changed person.
Yeah.
You can't change from bad to good. I mean, you can't change from good to bad. You must have changed from bad to good. For you to say I'm a changed person, that means your past is not desirable.
Sorry.
Please.
What are you pleasing me for? You said something, let me react. What are you pleasing me for?
So what we are saying is that we expect that by now, just as the campaign promise of Mr. Ayodele that is a changed person is now matured, we expect that maturity to be displayed. But unfortunately, though, I'm disappointed personally that I'm not seeing that maturity in Mr. Ayodele.
Thank you. Can I react to that, please? Okay, Can I quickly react to that? Yes. One of the things we must refrain from doing is desecrating the office of governor and trying to, malign our leaders. So whether you perceive he has not even come into office and you're already disappointed in him, that is your own perspective. You are quite entitled to it. But let me tell you one thing that is clear and clear. I want us to get to the point.
Sorry, before you tell us that, let's take Rashid from Agege.
Okay.
You just hold on. You tell us that. That will be our last call for the day. Rashid, good evening.
Okay. How are you, my brother? Yeah. Good evening, everybody out in the studio.
Good evening.
My name is Honorable Rashid from Agege. I think the real matter arising is about the lawlessness. It is not only who the actor is, the general lawlessness. But what now makes it so disheartening that the APC will always want to stand against is the principal actors that are in it. They are the actors that are involved. When a governor elect who had won an election will now come around back and now want to just, take over immediately before he's sworn in. That's the disheartening thing. So it's not about Governor Fayose, but it's about the lawlessness. But because he's at the actor, it's too obvious. So please, let us be realistic about how things are being done.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Rashid. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. You were saying something?
Yes, I was saying something. He made a point earlier on that there is a difference between a political mother and another politically oriented mother. I just want to throw in a joke here. A man was accused of having slept with another man's wife. And he said, "Did you catch me on top of her?" The man said, "They don't usually catch people." That is the truth of all these things. They don't usually catch people, but the hands are there. The chairman of the NURTW that was killed, may his soul rest in peace, was standing trial in our state about a year ago. The Attorney General of the state, Mr. Wale Fakonda, entered a discontinuance of the case and the man became free. He later on became a staunch supporter of Ayodele. I'm not putting any conjecture. Could they have been killed for betrayal? These are matters for police to look into.
Definitely. Could he have been killed for betraying the group that he formerly belonged to? That's a question, and that's a matter for security agents to determine. Gentlemen, I most sincerely thank you for coming on Standpoint this evening. It's my pleasure to have you from the PDP and the APC.
Thank you for
trying to.
Thank you. But as a final note, I just want to advise all Nigerians that in future, if we find ourselves in this kind of situation, and you have this large followership, and you have an issue that's in contention, we should try as much as possible not to move with the mob.
Okay.
Because it's very difficult at times to control the mob.
Okay, let's take your final words. 30
My
seconds.
final word is that in future, judges should not descend into the arena. Because when people begin, the courts actually belong to the people. And when the people begin to perceive that the court is shortchanging them, even the guns...
Is that why they have to take the law into their hands?
I'm not defending. Nobody has a right to take the laws into their hands. But we must also make sacrosanct institutions sacrosanct.
May I
Thank you
inform
very
you?
much. Let's take his final words. We don't have the time, comrade.
And all of them voted for
Final words, sir.
May I inform you that if you have any question on any judge, the NJC
is there. Approach.
Petition the
Yes.
NJC.
Final words from Honorable Fakulsi.
Final words, we should respect our law, we should respect our institutions, we should believe in them, and we should allow due process to take its course. We should be patient with the system.
All right.
That's the only way we can have peace.
All right,
Thank
Mr.
you very
Wiga.
much.
Well, I will say that let politicians behave themselves because of this democracy.
All right, let politicians behave themselves because of this democracy.